Loyal viewers of The Young and the Restless are accustomed to watching their favorite stars deal with tragedy regularly on screen, due to the exaggerated and melodramatic nature of the popular soap opera. However, there are many times when actors have had to deal with painful and unfortunate circumstances of their own, off cameras. From life-threatening illnesses to untimely deaths, here are the real-life personal tragedies of the show's actors. Michelle Morgan recently celebrated a career high, becoming the first Black actress to win an Emmy for Best Outstanding Lead Performance in a Daytime Drama at its 49th annual ceremony. But the historic win came just months after she suffered an unthinkable tragedy. In late March, Michelle revealed that her husband, Naveed Ali's brother Nazir, his wife Raven Odia, and their 3 children, Alia, Jaden, and Layla, all died in a house fire in Brampton, Ontario. Michelle took to social media to share the shocking news and reached out to her followers for help. On Monday morning, my husband's only brother perished with his wife and 3 kids in a tragic house fire. The devastated actress, who shared several family photos, then added, "Please hold your loved ones tight. Appreciate every moment and remember another day is never guaranteed. Rest in paradise, Nazir, Raven, Aliyah, Jaden, and Layla. Spread your wings, beautiful angels." It was later confirmed that the fire grew out of control, in part because there were no working fire alarms in the house. Though the deceased family had completed a house renovation prior to the incident, the house didn't have any smoke detectors. After keeping her traumatic past a secret for decades, Melody Thomas Scott finally addressed the abuse she suffered at a young age in her 2020 memoir titled Always Young and Restless: My Life on and Off America's #1 Daytime Drama. In the book, she detailed the years of mental abuse she experienced from her late grandmother and the sexual assault at the hands of several men. The Y&R veteran also opened up about working on her trauma piece by piece through meditation and therapy. Melody continues to work on healing, acknowledging that it's a long but not necessarily a linear process. "Even now, I think I'm healed, I think I'm over it, but it never really leaves you," the Emmy-nominated actress, who began her career at just 3, confessed in an interview with People. Getting into specific details, she narrated an incident when she was molested by the founder of a theater company she was a part of. Even though she was only a child, she instinctively knew it was wrong and sought help from her grandmother, who was in the room but did nothing to protect her. "I remember when it first started to happen, I was 4 years old, and I hardly knew that this was wrong, and she was sitting probably 5 feet away, and I looked at her. My eyes, I'm sure, were wild with the questions. 'Do you see this? Are you going to stop this?' And she never did." Melody stated the 66-year-old revealed the abuse went on for years, and that she never forgave her grandmother, who died years ago. Sharing her experiences with the world, she hopes it will help other abuse survivors to come forward too. But I think it will make it even more impactful for them to realize this kind of stuff can happen to anybody. She also credited her husband, Edward Scott, for helping her move forward. In 2018, Tracy Bregman's newly constructed Malibu home was destroyed by the devastating Woolsey fire that burned through almost 100,000 acres of land and wreaked havoc on thousands of properties in Los Angeles and Ventura. During the catastrophic wildfires, she posted one final photo of her home engulfed in flames. "Last picture of my house. Thank God we're all safe," she wrote. "I have no other words. I'm just numb for us all." The star then sued her insurance company, Lloyd's of London, for not honoring the full coverage amount on her policy following the destruction of her property. Tracy filed a claim for benefits under the homeowner's policy issued to her by Lloyd's, so she could rebuild her home. Despite having enough coverage, the insurance company refused to pay her the benefits she was rightly entitled, which made her unable to rebuild the property in time. As a result of that, she was forced to live in temporary housing for a couple years. Tracy also submitted several bids from her own licensed contractors who estimated the actual costs to rebuild would be millions of dollars more than the amount Lloyd's paid. Quite shocking. Christian LeBlanc has witnessed many personal tragedies in his life, be it the death of his mother from cancer in 2003, losing his 25-year-old brother to AIDS, or experiencing homophobia and intolerance as a gay man. All these incidents have put a lot of stress on his mental health, but the actor assured his fans that he has the tools he needs to stay in a good mental place despite all the pressure society places on him. For decades, the actor kept mum about his personal life and sexual orientation, but he finally came clean on Maurice Bernard's podcast, On State of Mind, where he spoke about his life as a gay man who faces a lot of prejudices on a daily basis. "And I still live with the legacy of that as a gay man. I still don't hold my husband's hand of 28 years in public. I can't do it. He further added, I mean, we're not big PDA people, and I'm not a handholder as it is. Another personal tragedy that shaped LeBlanc was the death of his brother. The 63-year-old shared that one of his brothers died from complications related to AIDS, noting the stigma and lack of support his brother and so many others faced. My brother was treated as somebody who had a special cancer that only happened to him because of a moral failing at 25, he said, and he died because of it. Don't make any mistake, the government killed him.
That's it for today. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to make sure you stay up to date with celebrity gossip and the latest showbiz news.